Hello, welcome back to another YouTube video. My name is LlyfrAnnoddach. I also go by Hir or Lemon, which is a little bit easier to pronounce. This is another installment of my I catch a shiny Pokemon and I rant about it for 10 minutes while I draw that shiny Pokemon as a Gijinka / human design. I have been hunting a shiny Ralts forever and I finally caught not one, but two. And both were male, so which means I could have my Gardevoir, which is my favourite Pokemon ever, and a Gallade for living decks, and also Gallade is also just generally a good Pokemon for shiny hunting. And I named, please forgive my poor French, I named the Gardevoir Myrtille, which is French for blueberry according to Google Translate, and I named my Gallade Myrrh, which is French for blackberry according to Google Translate. I wanted to draw these two Pokemon together because they come from the same evolution line, and I kind of just see them as siblings, I guess. They're both male, and they both came from the same spot. I was shiny hunting in the same spot, so I see them as twins. Myrtille is the slightly older one, while Myrrh is the slightly younger one. As they're both male, I was toying around with making Myrtille a trans woman, because I do believe that the ILLE is the feminine version of blueberry. I'm not actually that sure. Again, I don't speak French. But usually I like making characters more feminine, but I wanted to actually explore what a somebody who is presenting femininely while still identifying as a man in a sort of high couture sort of environment would look like. And I think I did Myrtille justice. I like how he looks. And yeah, it was a lot of adding and taking away. I wanted to give them really sharp facial features, angular facial features, just to sort of I don't know, enhance well, first off, Gallade is a sort of blade, the things on its arm are meant to represent a blade, right? And because Gardevoir is the evolutionary, I don't know, counterpart, I wanted to keep those elements very samey, right? It was also a little bit easier to design stuff like the hair, the eyes, the face shape, etc. with this Pokemon because they are very humanoid. I didn't have to really think much about the upper part of Myrtille's design because that's just what the Pokemon wears. I gave him sort of long, I dare say witchy sort of sleeves because I wanted that taper that Gardevoir had. You can see it in the reference image just in the corner. And I was playing around with giving Myrtille a skirt or a wide pants, but I ultimately ended up with skirt because, well, Gardevoir wears a skirt. It wears a dress. It famously wears a dress. It was really actually quite hard to design the skirt because we don't see Gardevoir's legs. I'm not actually sure it has any, now that I say it. I'm not sure if they gave the 3D renderer legs. So it's really hard to make this, floating Pokemon into a human who has to stand on two legs. It's not the easiest. I wanted to also give it the sort of yeah, you can see here I'm typing, this is kind of killing me. I was getting very frustrated. I eventually landed on a sort of just plain, slightly pleated, so it still had that airy feel to it. Just plain sort of skirt, right? I just wanted to give him a chunky belt because I love chunky belts. They look so good. And I'm actually really proud of Myrrh's design here, the Glade. I was really nervous on how to do the sort of obviously of the two Pokemon, Gardevoir is a bit more human-like than Gallade. Gallade has these sticking up bits, right? and I was really nervous on how to incorporate that in a human design, but I think I did quite well. You'll see with the hair, instead of giving him like a weird, I don't know, weird hair design, I wanted to try and give him a weird hair accessory instead. So I landed on this thing that would like almost cup a bun, almost like a I don't know what they're called. One of those things that hold like buns together or hold hair in place, but like from the underside. Again, this is anime design logic. Please suspend your disbelief for a second. And with Mir, I did give him Big Pant. I like Big Pant. I think Big Pant is always a good design choice. You can see me here playing around with some of the, like, if I wanted 2 petals versus 1, I do ultimately end up with just keeping it the 1 to match Glade's sort of hair thingy. And I wanted to give Glade a shawl that tapered off at the ends to mimic, specifically around the elbows, to mimic the sort of like blades that Glade has on the back of its elbows. Because again, that would be quite hard to design in a sort of like human design. So I wanted to try that, and I think it was a really creative way to solve that solution. You can see me here just sort of like wanting line art. I'm just going over what I've already drawn. I did a few accessories, like the ears on God of War and Glade, they're very sharp, but it's really hard to do that with human ears, so I gave them ear accessories as well, like almost like earrings, right? Like you see those fake elf ears that you just sort of like clip to your ear, like it's used a lot in cosplay. I wanted that, but I wanted it to look more like high couture, high fashion. So I gave it a sort of like jewellery vibe instead of a like cosplay vibe. And I think these two look very French. Unfortunately, these are very, very French. Also, I'm sorry, I'm not sure what happened there with the footage. My bad. My recording software must have had a problem. But they do look very, very, very French, very, very Parisian. They look like you'd go up to them and go like, "Oh, can I have a croissant, please?" in French, and then you go, "Oh no, I speak English, thank you." That sort of Parisian, the rude ones on television. Not that that's a bad thing. I get it. Tourists can suck sometimes. It's annoying to deal with them. But I did want to go for like slightly thinks they're too good for you vibes. I hope that comes across. I think it does. Because again, they were caught in Lumio City, which is I'm playing Legend ZA. So I think I can actually like see them like being in Lumio City. I can really see them being in, oh my god, what is what is it called again? Society of Battle Connoisseurs, the group that Jacinth, my beloved, runs, Jacinth and Laban. Oh my god, I love those two. Jacinth, my queen, my everything. I love her so much. And yeah, so I can just sort of imagine them being like, or maybe like a little bit like Velvet from Husband Hotel, being like, no honey, that dress is not working, something like that. Again, I sort of see Mir and Mathilde as twins. And so I think, 2 twins in the fashion industry could be quite interesting, some with very opposite designs. I'd argue that Mathilde is a lot more like feminine while still being a man, and Mir, I wanted to intentionally give Mir this like subtle androgynous look, because I always see Glade as androgynous. That makes no sense, considering to evolve Glade it needs to be male. I'm aware that's so weird for me to say. I'm sorry, I sometimes don't make sense. But I just kind of see Glade as a gender icon. I don't know why. And God of War, my beloved, she's just so pretty all the time. And again, I don't know why. I just love them. Definitely my favourite Pokemon line. I spent so much time hunting for the God of War. And funnily enough, I got Glade really, really quickly. So that was just kind of funny, to be honest. Just how quick I got Gallade. And I told my friend I was on the call with, I was like, this better be a male Ralts, because I don't want to do this hunt again. And it was, first time. I do realise that I shiny hunt these two slightly inefficiently, because when I went for my Ralts, for my Gardevoir the first time, I didn't care about the gender. I should have, because obviously there's more females in the spawn than there are males, so I should have evolved my first Ralts that was a male into Gallade and kept hunting for just any gender Gardevoir, but I don't care. I love Gardevoir more than I love Gallade. I wasn't even gonna hunt for Gallade, to be honest, but it grew on me. It's so pretty. The dark blue, oh my god. Like, Gardevoir has just always been my favourite Pokemon. But Gallade is really, really growing on me. And again, gender icon, if I'm honest. I don't see Gallade as, like, necessarily, oh, masculine man. Like, even though all Gallade have to be male, I see them as very, like, gender neutral almost. They're very, very slay. That's generally the vibe I wanted for this Gijinka. Very slay. Very, very gorgeous, very slay. We are approaching the end of the video. I'm just adding a few little details here and there. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Thank you for coming back. If you are not a new viewer, please like, comment, and subscribe. It really does help. Thank you. Bye.